Okay, so we're here to give you a little bit of review on a couple of log splitters. We just picked this one up from Tractor Supply Company. This is sold under the name Country Line. The other splitter here is sold under Country Tough. They're both made by the company that used to be called Speedco. Pretty good splitters, but we just wanted to walk around and do a little bit of a comparison. This particular one is a 28-ton Country Tough splitter. Comes with the 9.5 horsepower Kohler engine on it, 270 cc's. We've got a couple of years of use on this. It's split a lot of cords of wood, but we just picked up one that's a little larger. This second one is from Country Line. This is the one that we really wanted to kind of share with people about. This is a 40-ton log splitter, and we'll show you how big the cylinder is here in a moment. It's a lot heavier duty than the other version. It's a lot heavier to move, but there's some advantage in that. When you're splitting the wood, it doesn't bounce around as much. It is a 14-horse Kohler engine. That's 429 cc's. It is advertised with a 9.5 second cycle time. The 28-ton splitter is only about 14-second cycle time. So when you're splitting wood, if you can save 4 to 5 seconds on a block of wood, that's a lot of time. We found that this one, we've just split about a cord with it now. It is very powerful, cuts through anything you throw under it. It is quick, starts easily. We'll do a cold start on both of these. They've both been sitting here, they're cold this morning. Very powerful. The gap here for your chunks of wood, you basically can split a 24-inch piece of wood. That gives you just a little extra room. It's a little over 25, almost 26 on both of these. We burn an outside furnace. We like to split or cut our wood in about 20 to 24-inch pieces. Some people like it shorter, but it's just more wood to handle that way. I'd rather do it in a longer piece. Again, you can see the same distance. That the newest one is maybe 1/4 inch wider than this one is, but they're basically the same. Your cutting head, this one's a 7-inch cutting head on the knife. And if we come over to this one, we're looking at almost a 10-inch cutting head there on it. You'll notice the wheels. This 40-ton splitter comes with a much larger diameter wheel. Could be pulled a little faster. These are obviously a little smaller, but both do the job. But if you have to travel with it behind a pickup or something, you're probably going to like the little bigger tires. We'll unhitch them here and put them on the jack supports that they put under them. This has got a super Y support that really stabilizes this really good. You can just split wood and it doesn't move at all. This one has the old-fashioned single one. Still does the job. It's not bad. Biggest advantage to your smaller splitter is you can move it a little bit easier. This is almost a 2-person job to raise and lower this. We don't like to split them in this horizontal position. What wood drops off, lands on your feet, lands on your machine. So we always do the upright version. Some people like it. This one, of course, comes with a nice rack that you can stack your wood here and to the side, and if you want to do it that way, if that works for you, that's great. Hydraulic pump on this. This is a 25 gallon per minute pump. It's a really large pump. Really does a good job. This over here has just I believe that's if I remember right, that's only a 9 gallon per minute pump, 9 or 10, not quite as big. But the size of your pump makes a lot of difference. You got to have the motor, but the motors hardly pull down on either one of these. They both do the job easily. One nice little thing on this newest one, they put a little, I don't know what you're going to call this. It's to keep all of your paperwork in. Really handy, doesn't get wet. If you want to check something in your manual, you've got it there, and if you're like everybody else, you put a manual in your garage somewhere, then you can't find it. So let's set them up, and we've got a couple of blocks of wood here. This is oak wood. Looks like about a 16-inch piece here, and they're again like they're about 24 inches in length. So those are big pieces of wood. If you had to try to split these by hand, you're going to have a job on your hands. We're going to set them up and see just how it does with both of them. Okay, we're going to show you what it takes to put this on and off. I didn't measure the size of the cylinders before, but if you compare this cylinder's size to the older cylinder size, there's a sizable difference. This is quite a bit larger. Okay, let's look what it takes to get this off. Little 2-inch ball here, you know, it can be hooked up to your pickup or whatever. This comes with a nice two-way switch here. Oh, let's see, I got to push it down partway to get that to work. Again, this thing is heavy duty and it doesn't move easily, but that does help when you're splitting heavy pieces of wood. So to lift it up and pull this down, if it will for me. There we go. There, it latches. Now once that's latched, you can see that's pretty solid. It doesn't go anywhere. The single side stand is not quite so stable. We'll throw that one on just to make an example of it. And this up. This one may not quite get clear. So there, moves around a bit. It'll work for you that way. I like to keep it hitched up so it can't move while we're splitting, because sometimes when you're splitting a heavy chunk of wood, it does push the splitter around a little bit. Okay, we're going to do a cold start on both of these. Like I say, it's not cold this morning, but they've been sitting, so let's just demonstrate what it takes. Both have the same choke and gas control system. You want to put the choke on, turn the fuel on. All right, here we go. Almost. Okay, yeah, same system over here. These Kohler engines do a good job. Okay, so just one pull to get that one going. So they both start really easy, and I've found this to be true of both these motors. They start quite easily. A little bit of trouble when they're real cold, but they will start. Okay, we step back away from the units because they're running, you can't hear as well. We're going to run through a cycle time on both of these just so you can see the comparison. We'll start them at the same time and then see as it returns. So you can see how much of a time savings you have over a 9 or 10 second cycle time versus a 14-second cycle time. Both these chunks of wood, they're basically the same size. We want to demonstrate just how much time you save. We'll break them both up into probably 8 to 10 pieces and get them down where they're easy to handle then. So we'll just compare and see how long that takes. See what it takes to split up a couple of chunks of wood. Both of them went pretty quick. Obviously this one was outperforming the other one just a little bit. It's a little bit faster. Both work good. I think if you want a smaller one that you can handle and move a little easier, this will do fine. 28 ton. If you're like us and split a lot of wood, the 40 ton is really nice. It's a little bigger than a lot of people use, but bigger sometimes is better, you know, when it comes to splitting wood. So I like it. I think it works good, and I hope that if you try one, you'll find it as good as we have. Okay, there's our final stack of wood for the few minutes we're splitting there.